Johnny was a good lad, and just maybe he'd walk on the wild side. His mama would say, you rude, those actions of yours, regret them one day, cause actions have consequences. Someday you will pay. Now Johnny always liked to partay, drink and harbour all his friends, till the break of day, do the odd line or two of White Lady, listening to his favourite rapper Lil Baby. It wasn't long before he had the feeling to try out some of the gear his mates were dealing. Sooner or later he'd end up needing more for his growing dependency. He'd end up stealing the lock and calling to his door one evening and charge Johnny with the crime of shoplifting. The judge would throw the book at him despite appealing. Johnny ended up behind bars staring at the ceiling. Johnny went marching into jail, a smile on his face. Johnny went marching into jail, such a disgrace. They all said that he'd end up there, and Johnny, he just didn't care. And they all cheered Johnny as he went marching in. Now Johnny kept himself to himself. He took up reading as months went by. He would begin to believe in himself that he was more than just a thieving junkie with a habit to feed, if you get my meaning. Before too long Johnny had done his time, determined to turn things around. And his back in crime, he applied for every job he could. Find something for a young man like him in his prime. But every interview he did, he was declined, and every application he made got no reply. You see, no one wanted to give him a try, cause convicts can't be trusted, you see. That was the reason why. But Johnny, he had mouths to feed and bills to pay. His girlfriend would remind him each and every day. He called his mates to see if they could send some work his way. We may have a job or two for you, he said. Fair play? Johnny went marching out of jail, a smile on his face. Johnny went marching out of jail, a new life to chase. But no one would give him a chance or time, so Johnny would end up resorting to crime. And they all cheered Johnny as he went marching out. Now money doesn't grow on trees, it don't come easy, so Johnny found it hard to resist. It sounds cheesy, develop an expensive taste. It's a cliche, but what comes easy also goes easy. Believe me, but everything comes at a price, and this is no exception. Johnny soon found himself in a web of deception. The law closing in on him in all directions, his noose tightening round his neck in desperation. He thought he would skip down, lie low and wait, but the ambush was already in place. Outside his gate, the motorbike he didn't see till it was too late, and Johnny's lights flashed before his eyes as he met his fate. The church, it was jam-packed with friends and family, cause Johnny was the kind of guy who'd help a friend in need, and everyone there all agreed it was such a tragedy for a man in his prime to be cut down so senselessly. Johnny's no longer marching on is such a shame. Johnny's no longer marching on, who's to blame? They all said he'd end up eating lead, and Johnny found himself blasted dead. And they all cried as Johnny was lowered down in the ground. And they all cried for Johnny as he went marching home.